Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hester. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him. Short. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting portal and all the other stuff.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's first and 20. Quarterback making adjustments. From the gun. This time it's complete. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David...
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be brought down.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the move. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Hester.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
The Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Fires it incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
They'll try to get it through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Hester. At the 20, he's got space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
We always talk about yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Give to the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll try the run. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. LSU right back to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. Scanning the field, it's Orchie. Throwing right. Pulls it in. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The pitch to the left. Powers through the defender. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality and the ground game.
Looking to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks into the open. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Looking to throw, it's Orji. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Blanket on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking left. He's got an open man. And he'll haul it over and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Look, this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense started the season off with a bang.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Alabama is putting on an offensive clinic, the likes of which we've seldom seen, and this program has had some legendary players. They're up 14 over Arizona. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Dropping back, it's Orji. Can't make the connection. The pressure there calls the missed timing.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and shuffling and is waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away. It's a big big-time play.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
We reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And the Tigers are flying down the field. Looking downfield, it's Orji. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
Wants to throw it. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on third and long from the 45. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down. They're throwing for it on fourth down. On target over the middle. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Wants to go up top on first down. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking for a man. It's Orji. Caught in the backfield. It's Crooks. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion. Not the way they had it drawn up.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. And they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. He's got it and still on his feet. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He wants to throw it. It's complete. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Bob.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, roll these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
I'll try to power it in. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 1st down. Working the big fella to the corner. Out of bounds, stop just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Wants to throw on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Orji. Working that wide receiver screen. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking downfield on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense has it. They're on the move.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Michigan! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UAB is getting cooked right now at home, and it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 14 to TCU. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Orji. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on first down and a quarterback hit on second down. Got to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Hester. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. There he goes. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. Motion from the back. A run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
First and 10.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Orji. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
LSU 0.
The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Orji. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. These two guys just on the same wave, turning it on. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. LSU quick to the line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Just keep slinging it. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Michigan 28, LSU 7.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
He wants to change this route. Back to pass. Finds the tight end. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And the Wolverines come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Looks as if he's going to run it. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And listen, the QB gave everything he had, right? He tried to get the 1st down. He even laid out. He wasn't worried about getting whacked. He tried to get the 1st down. Good effort, but just comes up a little bit short.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hester. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. The quick out. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And it's been more of the same in the second half of this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
And it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Alabama looks like a legit title contender right now, which they kind of do every year. But, man, this offense is rolling.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking for a crease. It's Brooks. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to throw, it's Orji. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They send the tight end in motion. The toss to the outside. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Jukes his way for more. Breaks into the open. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Gonna run it. It's Hester. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
As a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Kind of like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Gives it on the option. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day.